friends, it's Carolyn Zook here with Czech Stitch, and today is Saturday, February 15th, 2025. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch. I am so glad that you are here spending part of your day or your evening with me. I just finished filming the 2025 Nashville Needlework Market Shop With Me video. It is 2.5 hours long, so I need a little break in between the two videos. So this one is going up a little bit later than normal. It's almost 2 o'clock here. So I hope you're doing well. I really missed you all last week. My folks were in town. We had a wonderful time. Dad did some projects. Mom did some projects. And I just kind of sat around like the princess that I am. Actually, I had to work a couple days because, you know, teaching never stops, even when your folks are in town. I am going to be replacing the floors of my house. And so we did some shopping for flooring, and I found some flooring that I liked. So that is underway. It's a huge, huge project. But that is underway, so that feels really good. And here we are. And then they left on Wednesday, and overnight Wednesday into Thursday morning, we got snow and ice. So we've had 2 snow days from school. I still work from home, but we don't teach on when classes are canceled. So I had some meetings and stuff on Thursday and Friday, but mostly got to work from home. So that was really fun. And it's just, you know, it's just fun to have a snow day. I'll insert a couple pictures here. Now, I know when I tell you how much snow we got, I know that in certain parts of the country, you're going to laugh at us, but we just are not equipped. The town I live in, which is just south of Portland, we don't use salt at all. And I live on top of a hill. So you can imagine that hills with without salt, with ice and snow are very dangerous. And even semis were slipping and sliding all over the place. So we got about 3.5 inches of snow, I think, and then there was a layer of ice on top of that. So it's the ice that really gets us, you know. We do get ice frequently. We don't get as much snow. Like, we're just not equipped for it. But it was fun. It was very pretty. So I showed you some pictures of my backyard, and it was very pretty and peaceful. So let's get into it. I had one question from, I guess it was 2 weeks ago video. For Eva Camellia, I think is your name. You asked, how do I deal with confetti or multiple color changes on my montage pieces? That is a great question, and it's just one stitch at a time. Honestly, I use Pattern Keeper, which is super, super helpful for helping not to lose your place. It's a digital app that only works with Android. So I have a tablet that I just use for Pattern Keeper because I'm an Apple girl. So everything I have is Apple, but I bought a tablet. It's about $100 on Amazon. And it's Android, and I downloaded the app, and I only use that tablet for Pattern Keeper, and I have all my charts in there. And what you can do is you can highlight, and it will show you what stitches are in that color nearby. And sometimes it really is just one stitch. So you're loading up a thread, and you're doing one stitch. I personally don't like to count super far away. Like, I'll count, especially on a full coverage, I'll count somewhat far, because part of the joy of full coverage for me is just carrying your floss really far, because I wouldn't do that on a non-full coverage, but it's fun to do it on a full coverage because it's going to be covered up anyway. But I don't trust my counting, so I won't do it super, super far. Montages are pretty good, that there are definitely sections of color, or you can at least get to like where your thread, and maybe you only have one stitch over here, but it's easily to count, you know, across. So I haven't found it that terrible on the montages. There are certainly instances where I'm loading a thread, doing 1X, and putting that thread away. It just slows me down. So that's how I handle it, just one stitch at a time. I mean, that's really all, unless you really trust your counting. Like, I know Sarah from Stitching Mommy is a great counter. And she will do extreme cross country, which means if there's one stitch over here, she will count, you know, a ways over in the chart. I can't do that because I know I will mess up, and I don't trust myself. But yeah, sometimes some stitching sessions are just slower than others. Like, sometimes when I'm working on the montages, you will see, like, some days maybe I only get 200 stitches in. Other days I can get 400 or 500. It just depends on how often I have to change the thread on my needle. I do, when I get kind of bogged down in the like one stitch here, one stitch there, two stitches over there, I try to remind myself they all have to be stitched, right? So like they all have to be stitched anyway. And so some stitching, sessions just aren't going to have as many number of stitches as others. And that's okay because I want it all to be stitched. So part of it is just mentality too. So some people, you could, if you knew you were in a specifically like heavy confetti area, you could load up 4 or 5 different colors as long as you remember what color is which, and load them up before you sit down to stitch, and then you could stitch, take it off your needle, go on to the next loaded needle. That's one way you could do it, but otherwise sometimes it's just slow going. But I think it's a great question, and if you guys have advice or tips or want to share how you handle confetti stitches in the comments down below, I think that would be really fun to read. Okay, let's get into the whips. So my first whip was a new start. Actually, this is my 25/7 piece for the month. It is in Just Cross Stitch magazine. This is the February 2023 issue, so from a couple years ago. And it is Hearts and Flowers. There are two. There's the modern one over here on the black and the vintage one here. And I'm doing the vintage one. I'm stitching this on a 32 count vintage country mocha. And I took it off the Q-snap because I need to move it. Crap, which way is up? This way. So this is where I got to. So I almost have that border complete. There is a lot of white stitching in this. I think it's 38.65 actually. So it's like a dull weight. I can cut it down because like this is much longer. So I will probably go ahead and cut it down now that I have that bottom border on. But if you look, so these are beads, the little what look like individual stitches. Those are actually beads. I am working on this border, this outer border, and then I have to go back in and do these upside down hearts, and then there's a little bit of I think there's straight stitches around the edges, and then you have all this border, this white border. Nope, that's ribbon. This is white ribbon, but there is like several layers of white border before you get to the heart. So it's going to take me a while, especially at 25 minutes a day. I do very much want to get the border to make sure it lines up. But this is how far I got. I didn't work on this at all when my folks were here. I did get some stitching in, but not this piece. So this piece missed out on about a week of stitching, but this is where I'm at. This is, like I said, vintage country mocha, so the white does show up pretty well on it. Okay, so that's my new start, and it's a magazine piece, so that feels really good. Then I finished Woodland Christmas, chart number 8. This is by Tiny Modernist, and I have all 12 charts. This is from a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, and I was in the Annie's, Crazy Annie's chart of the month club, where they send you one chart each month. Let me show you how the whole thing looks, because I really love it. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? It's wrinkly. It needs to be ironed, but how cute is that? It's so cute. So I have just one more row to go. It's going to be 4 across by 3 down. I have the first 8 done. There are 12 in this series, so I just have 4 more to go, and then I'm done. This is on my year of whips for this year, meaning I want to finish it. So this is number 8, the squirrel, that I finished. This whole piece took me 10.5 hours. And for the Magazine Monthly Challenge, the acrostic accounted for the acrostic for this month is cotton, and it counted for the 2 T's because Tiny Modernist is the designer. But that is where we are at. And then when I pull this out again, it's not going to be March. It might not be April either. It might be May before we see this again. I know, which is crazy because I only have 4 more to go. Oh, I love it so much. But I have plans. Well, March is my birthday month, so I'm going to be working on birthday pieces. And then April will be kind of doing some makeup from March, like on my Whip Go pieces, and I have a retreat I'm going to and all that stuff. So this, I think, is May when it comes out next, but This is number 9 that will be coming out in May, and it's the fox. So that will be really pretty as well. So that'll come out in May. We'll see that soon. But that is Woodland Woodland Christmas. So we got that. Then we pulled out the Montage. So we were just talking about this one. This is artwork by Janet Stever, charted by Pain Free Crafts. And I just have to sneak a peek here and see where I am at. I'm on this leaf. Wait, yeah. Yeah, that leaf right there. So almost done with that first block. That's very exciting. And so I worked on this twice since the last time you saw it. I can't remember where I was last time, but I know that I worked more on filling in this leaf here. I got a total between the 2 days that I was stitching on it. I got a total of 703 stitches. It's weird. It's almost identical. The first time I worked on it was 358 stitches, and the second time I worked on it was 345 stitches. So that's almost exactly the same. So 2 days worth of stitching. So we are getting there. I still don't know that I'll be able to finish this first block this season, but maybe, because we have 3 days in March that I'll work on it, and 2 more days in February, 5 days. So maybe it's possible, because if I really truly am right here, finish that leaf, like that's not a whole leaf. So we might finish this first block. That would be stellar. So I am now at 7.07% done on the whole thing. So very exciting. Love working on this one. I work on these every Sunday for Seasonal Sunday, and then during the season in which they are. So we switch over to spring. I think it's like March 20th or somewhere around there. So we do get a few dates in spring as well. Okay, the next piece that I worked on was my Biddy Bowl for February. I had a small start on this on different fabric, but I just restarted it. So I did work on these is the one I worked on when my parents were here, because they're small and they're easy to do. So I did the pillow, that's finished, and I did the bag, that is also finished. Let me show you. They are not yet ironed, so forgive me for that. So the pillow here, super cute. This one took me 4.5 hours to stitch. Really cute little pillow. And then the bag took me 5.5 hours to stitch. I think it's so cute. Now, there's an alphabet down here, or I left off some stuff, basically. Yeah, there's A, B, C, D, E or something. I left that off here. And then there's a border all around this that I left off. And there's a design over here that I also left off. So I just wanted that square. I love the background on this. I think it's so cute. And when you make it into a bag, right, I don't think it'll look like it's missing anything. Well, the person who will make it for me will make it more even than that. But like, it doesn't look like anything is missing. So I'm happy with that, with the way it looks like that. So February is done. I just need to iron them and get them to my finisher. So this series is also on my Year of Whips. So I am cruising along. So the only ones I have left to do, so I have 4 that are done that are not FFO'd yet. And then I have 3 that are completely done, completely FFO'd. And then the ones I haven't worked on yet that I need to finish yet this year, May, June, July, September, October. So I just have 5 more months to go, and then that series will be done, which is great. And then the last piece that I worked on is Hummingbird Garden by Carolyn Manning, and it's a stitch along in the 2024 issues of Just Cross Stitch magazine. In order to finish this piece, you do need all 4 issues, because they give you 1 row at a time. So you get 1 row in the spring, summer, fall, winter, or maybe winter, spring, summer, fall. I'm not sure. But you need all 4 issues. So I am working on number 6, this one right here. This is also on my Year of Whip, so I want to do 1 medallion a month until I get it done. And I am almost done with number 6 here, and then I will be halfway done. So I have to finish this one, and then I have to do this little motif right in there. So let me show you where we're at on this. So I worked on this 2 nights already. So I don't think it'll take me super long to finish this tonight. So I just do it in layers, honestly. So the first day always feels like it takes the longest because I'm doing I kind of go around and set up the colors because it's, each side is the same, right? And so in order to know, to use the thread that's already on my needle, I need the base in. So I look and see what is the base and I fill that in, which does take a while because there's a little more counting and it's usually the main, like there's a lot more stitches in that color. And then I go back through and then I start to fill in. So then I can fill in like this orange, I can fill it in on each spot because I have the base in instead of just doing the orange there and then taking it off my needle. So it saves time. These go pretty quick. Like this is 2 days of stitching and I'll be done with it tonight, including the little, something similar right in here goes. So that is where we are at. My little needle minder is turned upside down. That's where we're at with that. So that is Hummingbird Garden. So that's everything I worked on. When my parents were here, we did watch some shows together. I stitched a little bit. I got maybe an hour and a half max of stitching in each day. So, but it was really fun and it was really great to have them here. Haul, I have the smallest bit of haul. I may have something more in my mailbox, but I haven't ventured out there. Today's really the first day that it hasn't been weather and stuff is definitely starting to melt. Like I could tell the ice is starting to melt and stuff. So anyway, this is my January Weeks Dye Works Floss Frenzy, Floss of the Month Club for January from Fat Quarter Shop. So we have Marmalade, Mascara, Meadow, Merlin, Merlot, and Michael's Navy. So I think I have another one of these in my mailbox, I think is what's in there. But anyway, so this is from January. So great. Add that to my collection. I'm super happy about that. Then I got just cross-stitched the Spring 2025 issue. I have very quickly gone through it, as you can see, and marked a couple things. But I will try to do a flip through tomorrow if I can. I've been talking a lot today. So I'll try to do a flip through for you of this tomorrow. But yeah, this is the spring issue, so super fun. Okay, next, this is probably going to be a shorter video. We have giveaways. So last time, this is 2 weeks ago now, we had 4 giveaways. So first up is Signs of Christmas. This is the Candyland Train Company. The winner of this, and email me at czuckstitch@gmail.com. That's always down in the description box below. But the winner of this is Karen Word 9823. Karen Word. So I need your address to mail that to you. Next up was this Four Seasons Village by Soda Stitch. And the winner of this is Always Be Yourself -6. Always Be Yourself -6. I need your address as well. And then we had 2 of these spring stained glass charts by Imaginating. So the first one, Presby Mom, I know I should have your address. I looked for it. I couldn't find it. So if you can email me your address again, Presby Mom, you are the winner of that. And then the winner of the second one is Pat Tackaberry. Pat, I do still have your address because you won recently as well. So congrats to the winners. Then for this next time, we have 2 giveaways. So first up, this is Love and Joy by Erica Michaels. I'm not sure where I got this. I think somebody gave it to me to give away. I didn't write a note on it. So there is a little bit of handwriting right here, but you can easily see still what is going on. So this is Love and Joy. It says Love and Joy come to you. And if you would like to be entered to win this, I'll ship it anywhere in the world. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'll ship it anywhere in the world. Please don't say giveaway or win or anything like that that will attract the trolls. So if you would like to be entered to win this, say love. L-O-V-E, love. And then the next one, this is such a sweet one. This is by Scattered Seed Samplers. It is called Prairie Sisters Scissor Mat. faithful friend. Isn't that sweet? Sorry about the glare there. This is from Carol. Carol sent this to me to give away. So if you would like to win this, say sister. Just S-I-S-T-E-R, no S on the end. Sister. So that will be our giveaways. Those will be our giveaways for next week. So plans for this week. I guess I have to go back to work on Monday, like back in the office. I think next week's going to be pretty hectic. I already know before the winter storm, I had 2 evening events that I have to work at school next week. So we'll see what that does to my stitching time. So it's going to be, and then making up from the 2 snow days. So it's going to be a bit of a hectic week. But we'll just do our best. So we're going to continue working on Hearts and Flowers for 25/7. Hummingbird Garden, I'm going to finish that. That will count for the C in cotton for this month's acrostic. Winter Montage for Seasonal Sunday. Then our WIPCO for this month is The Snuggle is Real, which is also on my Year of Whips to finish. Actually, both of my WIPCO calls for this month are the same piece. So The Snuggle is Real is in the December 2023 issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine. You can see I have several other things marked, but let's take a look at what this cute piece is going to be. So this is a Hannah Dale design adapted for cross stitch. So cute. We started this out, I think it was last year, and I started it and then never picked it up again. So this is where I'm at on this. Such a cute, sweet little face. Yeah, so it's WIPCO. So I'm going to give this 4 days, and this also counts for fabric for the Magazine Monthly Challenge. The theme for this month is fabric, and this is going to count for my fabric because, one, it's pink fabric, which I don't really stitch on, and I think it's kind of unique for me. But also, and this is really funny, if you've been with me for a while, this fabric name I cannot pronounce, and you have tried to help me pronounce it, and I appreciate you. Anemone, maybe? It's like a joke that I can't pronounce it at this point. And several of you have spelled it out for me phonetically, and I'm a disaster with it. So I just thought that was so perfect for like our little community inside joke for stitching on this piece. So that's my theme piece with that fabric. I thought you would enjoy that. So the Snuggle is Real. So that will get 8 days total this month, but 4 days is coming up week. Then, and I know I've showed this a couple times now, I really am going to get to it. One Nation is going to come out. So I like, this is by Bygone Stitches. I like to pull this out when there is like a national or federal holiday. And this month in February, it's President's Day, which is Monday. I don't get it off. But that's okay. We got 2 snow days. But yeah, I don't get President's Day off, but that's fine. This is on French Blue by Fabrics by Stephanie. And so I like to give it a 3-day rotation. And I was a little nervous that I wasn't sure if I was going to get all 3 days in because I wasn't sure if I'd get stitching done when my folks are here. Because, I mean, we did play cards too, but we like to play cards a lot when we're together and stuff like that. So this is where I'm at. So I will at least get 2 days, possibly 3 yet this month. But this will get, I think, just 1 day before I see you next time. Next Friday is when I have it slated for. So that is that. And that counts for the O in cotton. Well, both of the O's in cotton. So that is everything. Like I said, I think this is a pretty quick video, but don't worry, you have a long video to watch of mine coming up with the Shop With Me. It's 2.5 hours. You'll be sick of me by the end of the weekend. Money back guarantee. All right, everyone. I hope you have a great week. I hope you're staying safe and warm, and I will see you all next week. Bye.